Hi, this is Terry Warburton, and I thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch this video. This is the P.E.T.E update video, and it's July 1st, 2010. It's been almost exactly 1 year since this little item here, that's a P.E.T.E, has entered the marketplace. The last video I shot about P.E.T.E, we'd sold 300 of them. At this point, we're somewhere north of 7,000 of them, and nobody wants their money back because it has a money back guarantee. And for those of you who have not seen the P.E.T.E, this is the most amazing embouchure development tool to ever come out for the brass player. It's simple, it's effective, minutes a day translate into hours of practice time. We've had a whole year of people trying it, using it, getting back to us about just how successful it's been. We've had all kinds of players, from students to the top professionals. We've got John Faddis, we've got Roger Ingram, Wayne Bergeron, even Herb Alpert, because he doesn't have a whole lot of time to practice, but he loves staying in shape and he uses it. Players around the world use it, in Japan, in Korea, in Europe, Norway. It's just been amazing all over the world. And to show you what it does, for those of you that don't know, it's a simple exercise that you do, and if you think about it, I'll preface this with explaining, as brass players, when our embouchure gets tired, what happens? Our chops give out. We can't hold them back as hard as we can blow. Okay, so what happens is the ability to blow exceeds our ability to maintain. Well, previous to the P.E.T.E, the best known way, advised by virtually every trumpet instructor, to build embouchure strength was what? Lip slurs and long tones. That's it. That's what you did. Well, what I've discovered kind of goes against the grain of a lot of the teachings, and people can say what they want, but I've spent my whole life in this business and I've seen how this has done miracles for player after player. What I've found out from this discovery, which by the way was invented not by me, and I wish it was, but I can't say that, but my good friend Kenny Titmus, who's the vice president of the company and a great trumpet player, him with a little inspiration from our other good friend Chad Shootman, came up with the idea that what exercise do we do that again strengthens this way when our chops get tired out that way. So we decided that, or Kenny discovered, this little device, and I've kind of fine-tuned it and shaped it, and the way you use it, actually people are inventing new ways to use it and we hear about it all the time, but when Kenny and I first came up with a concept, the idea is to make sure the exercise is pulling this way. You can imagine that there's lots of exercises we do with our embouchure that goes that way. This goes this way and that way. And that's where the real key is, because as you hold it, the disc end here behind your lips, ahead of your teeth, and you can do two things. One, you can just simply hold it as if you're doing long tones. And notice how the corners are formed, and they have to be correct, as in the correct trumpet embouchure, or any brass instrument for that matter, because even tuba players are having fabulous results. So you have no other way than to hold it correctly. Then you start to hold it like that, and you start to pull it away as an isometric exercise. And as you probably know, or should know, isometric exercises concentrate on building strength, not size. We don't need big fat embouchure muscles, we need strong embouchure muscles. So by pulling on the P.E.T.E and resisting with all these muscles here, what you'll find is that it's not about the muscles right here in the center. Within 20-30 seconds of doing the exercises, you will discover all these support muscles out here are the ones that work. Now those are the very muscles that if you've ever, for example, been in a drum and bugle corps and you've played all day non-stop 8 hours for a couple of days in a row, those are the muscles that hurt, because those are the ones that you really need to play the brass instrument in terms of endurance. And think about it. If your chops are really strong, you have endurance, you're not slamming on top of your lips with a mouthpiece. You have more strength, you can blow harder, you can resist with the embouchure muscles. Guess what? Along with the endurance comes range. This is the biggest problem I've seen with brass players for 35 years coming in looking for a new mouthpiece. What they really need is stronger chops. What gives you stronger chops, believe me, is using P.E.T.E in its various exercises, which you can find on different videos that we have, or call us directly. Talk to Kenny, talk to me, talk to one of the guys. We can explain why you're going to be awfully happy after you get your P.E.T.E. And this year, we had so many requests from woodwind players, my brother included. Brother James decided what we needed for the woodwind players was a larger disc. As you can tell, it's the brass one, it's the woodwind one. And the woodwind one, because they have the larger disc, is not so focused in the center of the aperture, but maintains a broader approach across the embouchure. If you think about the flute embouchure, as Brother James pointed out, flute embouchure is simply the trumpet embouchure without the buzz. And there it is, the same set of muscles. We just got an email this morning from a gentleman who teaches clarinet, has a beginning student, got a woodwind P.E.T.E, and within 2 weeks was absolutely raving about how much she had improved in terms of tone, intonation, everything. So while at first we thought of it as a brass device because we really need strong chops, we're now finding out that indeed it benefits virtually every brass and woodwind player, and this will become another huge hit for this year. Why? Because it really works. So I urge you to contact your local dealer worldwide. We have a list of them on our website, or just contact the factory. We can give you the name of the closest retailer where you can see a P.E.T.E, try a P.E.T.E, and without question, you'll buy a P.E.T.E. Thank you for your time. This is Terry Warburton signing off till the next time I'm in the mood to do a video. Thanks.